ist Hello, hello. Welcome to race 2 of the Saturday Zwift League. Exciting race today. We've hit a new milestone, over 500. Amazing. Thank you so much for your support. A little bit different to last week's race. So last week saw us hit a bit of a strict course, 8 laps. It was flat as a pancake and 16 watts a kg. Today going to be a day for those boasted. Also got in Cat A today, got a little bit of a X Clark representing but against them. Good cyclist. Kate McElroy. Charlotte Lucas. So, going to be interesting. We've also got Sam Clark. So we've got a coaster. So today's race goes longer course longer. We've got about 5 laps today. I raced this course earlier in the week actually with Alex. It's punchy. I set a new FTP. It was so advice I gave to my reason being just you watch the all it's about Zwift. You just be able to, like I mentioned last. Quick shout out to our sponsors before we go. Manuka Performance, great with their gels, and got 5 ingredients. Again, I had one in my race earlier this week. Today you can use the code Zwift, all uppercase. Link on live stream, guys. To got Domestique. They rent out or what? Great. He'll after got Suzuki 2 times Essex. A minute away. So what these guys will be now is they'll be Zwift racing starts following the A category today with 20 is the Wild Ryan. Two seconds away. Here we go. Race 2. Let's go. Build. Following here, solo Kuwasaki. But with a lot. An amazing race. Now let's. Oh, we've actually got Tommy Zafiris. Okay. I was messaging with Tommy. Katie Zafiris. He was a bit nervous about going into Cafe. 6.2 kg. Wow, okay. Let's already see these power ups being dropped. So up there you can see a fan. That's usually what it does is it, so you can basically sit in there, you know, these have just James Doused in the bees. He was actually one of the winners last week. Okay, here's Ella Harris. So we'll just Aaron Royal, he's a late. Ella Harris for a bit. Hey cat, looks like they just let him go. Let's have a look. Ollie Jones, that is an amazing, that is someone to watch because look, this is how back to this mate. Oh, someone's dropping there. So as you can see in the top right hand corner, so this course is like I said, long, straight. Actually, the course Braden Curry there. That is awesome. Got Braden Curry here, another long course here. So Ryan Sissons, Aaron Royal, we've got a great front. Like I was saying, this is the Harrogate mixed it. Like the bunch of here it seems by Adam Marlowe and watching Braden Curry here. I mean, the elevation on the bottom of that map in the top. They're following the little orange. What you're seeing here too, so it really bunches. Great angle there. It's got a split, so we've got two. Braden Curry, Ryan Sissons, Aaron Royal. Quite a few of those names I recognise. Ollie Jones. I mean, like I said, racing on Zwift. Yeah, he's connection with me. Ella Harris. See, there's a little break. I mean, these guys back. They've really got to start. Like if they can just is, race is Taylor Reid. So Taylor Reid is racing today. A little bit. So just Simon Cochrane is jumping. Just see on those hills. Bit of a shout out to Simon's family again. Hope everyone's having a happy Easter. So like I said, you've got Hayden Ralston's here. Got these power ups today. Last week with which Ella Harris, she might be a lead. Zwift racing is just you get in that front group straight off the bat. Goes for him whether his Ironman. Well, it's a bit of a different racing, and he is in the chase pack. Group looks like we've got Harris is in this group. Has dropped. Yeah, Bobby Cow's doing this looks like a good pack. Here's Andrea Hewitt. She's riding. She's in what I would again just got more in this pack. A little bit here from this. Blowing apart. At running 7. We fractured. Make my way back up. See if we can. Actually, so impressive actually. But like Sam Clark fractured. Right, that lead pack. Back up here to Tommy Harris. You've come together, so Quentin. That 4. The read is also main pack. Back up to the main pack. I am really impressed with her. I'm not sure where Kate McElroy. Ryan Sisson's there, Taylor Reid, Aaron Royal, just Ella Harris, and Ralston. And this is this. So let's keep following. That's great. Solo Kawasaki, like I said, young guy. Amazing that he's up here with 7 watts a kg. Maybe she had a little power. Follow her for a little. Actually, switch on. Thanks for that, Linda. I'll make sure that I'm a bit close. 500 riders out on course today. Sometimes it does overload the system. Hopefully you guys will be able to hear me. Sorry guys if this is bad, like I said. A bit tricky. Let's try and move. If that makes sense. Now, hopefully that makes a bit of a difference. Not sure. Let me know in the messages and hear it. Sorry guys, I'm seeing a few comments. Yeah, sorry about the mic dropping out. Like I said, it's a bit tricky with this, especially with over 500 people racing today. Sometimes does overload things, does start to impact. But let me know if that sound is better. Maybe speak louder. It's going to get okay. Back onto another 7% climb. So far, so good, Sarah. Yes, sound better. Sorry, guys. Obviously, the computer a bit too far. Let's go back up to this main group. Kate McElroy is just dropping off the pace. So we're here with Ryan Sissons. We just went over that big KOM climb. Great. And again, it's fractured the group. Like Braden Curry, Aaron Royal, Ryan Sissons, Thorpe. These guys have all made that main group. Others have got to catch on. You can see it fractured there. We're down to 2 groups. Little breakaway at the front. This is going to be interesting racing. I mean, what do we got? Ryan Sissons here. He was just thrown down over 5 watts a kg. Glad that sound's getting better. I'll try and stick really close to the computer. Liam Ward's up there. Ollie Jones has got a little second, but catch them up. You can see these van power-ups being dropped. Like I said, that's the drafting power-up, so that increases the draft factor by 50%. Hayden Ralston also in that main group. There has been a break though, so there has been a break. That is quite a significant break. It looks as though that is about 15 to 20 break, guys. So this will be our main pack, unless the others can TT their way up to the front. But I mean, we've got Braden Curry up here, who is that TT Ironman specialist. Not sure they're going to make it. I mean, there are some crazy watts just to stay into this front pack. Back, this is that chase pack. Had it only about 4 seconds back. You've got Kate McElroy in there, so she actually got the Queen Mountain jersey for that climb over Ella Harris. So that is pretty impressive. From, as I said, recent winner of the down in Wellington, so she's obviously got mountain biking. Know her from triathlon. She is one to watch, I would say. In this group, looks like with Simon Cochran, Taylor Reid, Hayden Ralston. Big hitters here have been dropped. B. Phillips, not sure if that's a Ben Phillips. Mike Phillips. This group may actually catch up. Looks like they're only 2 seconds back now. They are pushing. Leaders on this pack. Schofield, he was just pushing 9 and 8 watts a kg. Hayden Ralston is sprinting up. He's dragging them up. He's just power up. It looks like they've caught back on. They know how important it is to stay onto that main pack. So Brad Cullen is picking Ollie Jones for the win. I mean, I'm a triathlete at heart, so I'm always going to pick a triathlete. But I do know that Ollie Jones is unbelievably strong. Kate McElroy has just taken the female sprint jersey as well, so she is obviously in fine. Seeing some power-ups being dropped. Again, they're just dropping off. They might not have got onto that pack quick enough, and they just put pace again. See, a lot of people are using these drafts again. Indication to me that they are hurting because they need that draft up just to stay. Here's this main group: Ryan Sissons, Aaron Royal, Trent. Others are just catching on there. You can see they're just getting pulled up from that. Sprung out like ever though, so they're dropping some serious watt bombs. Let's just cut over to bees for a little bit. Looks like bees have leading with, they've just gone over that KO. They are 30 it looks like. So there's Tony O'Hagan in there from O'Hagan Sport. We've got Cleland, Esbits, quite a few in that main pack in the bees. So looking over to them when I can, looks like James Doust is in that main group. So he is the defending champion. Had a good race on the bees. Like last week, what I'll do is when the A's finish, get back through the fields and we'll hopefully see the bees finish, C's, and then so one-man band here, so we'll try and cover everyone, but apologies if I can't quite get every single category and rider into the competition. Our best. Following this main pack, there has been a rider dropped off. That is A. Martin has dropped off this main. That's going to be really tricky for him to get back on his own. Looks like it's a tough position to be in. You know, he's in no man's land in between this lead pack and that what I imagine will be a chase pack, which looks like our elite female at chase. But all credit to Kate McElroy. I'm going to call her a triathlete. She has raced triathlon for a long time. Let's claim her today. She is representing here in this main pack, which is made up of some very, very, really impressed with the roller coaster. Amazing race being up there in this group. Braden Currier, it's really good to see him out today. Representing. Not sure if Simon Cochrane. Where we're at with the trades made it. Ryan Sissons. Very interesting. Maybe he's a bit more of a specialist. So these guys are now going through onto lap number 2. So they've finished lap number 1. Here they go into lap number 2. It is going to be interesting. So like I said, lap number 2 starts with a big uphill. Intrigued to know attacks are going to know they're coming. We know the attacks are thinking me settle in, I would settle in and then up that KOM climb. Little ease off about halfway up. Little ease off about halfway up. Goes into a big, big kicker. I think I would attack up that big kicker. See how you go from there. The problem is after that, you've got a big downhill where people can catch up. So, you know, is it the best? Let's see. I mean, I would be looking at Ollie Jones. Very, very seasoned Zwift. He would know where to attack. He'll know where to drop those. So what happened when they went around that second lap is that they would have got their power-ups. So what those power-ups mean is that people will be those in their pocket, especially if they've got a feather. If they've got a feather power-up, they're using those because what that means reduce weight by 9. Up that climb, they serious watts then break away from. Not sure if people be visibility today. I think people up. It may come down to, but I think it's going to be a race of attrition. It's going to be who's there sitting at the end in this group of 5. I would anticipate after that KOM, they're getting about a group of 5 or 6 that'll go through to the So before we get to this KOM, let's just have a look back and see who's really dropped off the page. There's it's Adam Martin. So he was the one who just dropped off that group, about to be caught by this chase pack. There's only 12 seconds behind. Oh no, about a minute behind. 12 seconds behind Adam Martin, but got here Simon Cochran, Ella Harris has dropped into Poynton, Tate, Sam Clark's, I mean, doing pretty well for a coast to coaster, coming into this Zwift style of racing. But yeah, this has fractured. This chase group is only about 5 or 6 people. Got a second chase group, third chase group on the road. That has actually got Ella. That's got Sam Clark. That's quite a bigger group. So there's a second chase broken away with Simon. It's about 5 to 10 now, this big group. Edge back up. Let's see. Got another flyer off the front. Sure, it's an American. So they've gone 6 seconds up the road. Okay. Trent Thorpe still up in that main group. Ryan Sissons. See those thumbs dropping from the sky? That means that they're getting a ride on. And someone out there in the community is watching the race and has given the ride on. So not on Zwift. How about you log in and give guys a bit of a telling you now, I mean, they're dropping 400 watts, up to 6 watts a kg. This is not easy racing. You see those orange numbers on the side. That's when they're in a little bit of an attack, a little bit of a sprint. Hey, Martin there was pushing forward. Look, they're still all bunched up. You want to be right in the middle of that pack. Remember to drop some notes on the live feed. Got any questions? And a bit of a shout out to our sponsors, Manuka Performance. Check out the comments on the live feed. I've put a discount there. Great discount for some gels. Domestic. Get in touch with Barry. He's commenting on your post. Smart trainers. Sells and rents out smart trainers. Suki, 2XU and Essex. And of course, bought to you. So here we go. Kate McElroy still in this lead group. If I was her, I would be hiding in that pack. These guys have not dropped below 4 watts a kg. More been pushing. That's a great angle. You can see how small that group is. I'm less than 20. Just going to be heading up a little bit of a drag, and then we'll have a big downhill, and then we're going to hit some rollers before. And sorry about the sound, not sure what's going on. Try and fix it up. I don't know if that's better. Showing that it's coming through on my screen, so I'm not. Hopefully you can see a good race. We'll stick here with that lead pack. Thanks for that, Tanya Miller. Kate McElroy is a machine. Callum. So, yep, go Callum. Your dad must be proud, as saying. So they're just about to hit a big downhill. Okay, I've tried to change a few things on the mic, so maybe that'll work. I'm not a tech expert, but Hopefully that sounds a bit better. Okay, we're down into this very, very steep downhill. Now you're going to see some of those Zwifters who know what they're doing getting into a super tuck. So what that super tuck does, it means if you're going over 60k an hour, you can actually stop pedaling on your trainer at home and you will hit a super tuck. So this is what we want to see going into that very steep downhill. Now that evens out a little bit and we're going to hit the climb before the KOM. Okay, sorry about the sound. Hopefully that's better now. I've seen a message that it's better. Good that we'll get it for this last KOM. And up they're going. So they're going up. This is the second climb before we hit that KOM. And like I said, I think this KOM is going to have some massive attacks. I mean, this is where you'd attack up the KOM. We've got someone attacking off the front here. This group is going to get whittled down. I'll tell you right now. Here we go. Looks like C East and Braden Curry are doing a little attack off the front. They're pushing the pace here. Solar Kawasaki's still up there with that main group. Ryan Sissons, Ollie Jones. Watch out for Ollie Jones. Hayden Ralston's up there. Not sure if there has been a little break. It's definitely stretching out. You can see that here. It's stretching out. We're almost at the top of this climb. We hit it downhill and then we go up into this KOM. Now, I haven't seen any power-ups dropping over this last while, so we know that people are saving them. We know they're sitting in this pack and they're saving. Probably those feathers. If I had a feather, I would be saving that right for that KOM climb. This group is fracturing just a bit. There's some sitting off the back. Hayden Ralston's actually off the back here, just near the back of that pack. So need to make sure you stay on. You cannot lose wheels on this downhill. If you've got any hope of staying up on that KOM climb, you need to be with this pack on this downhill. So Braden Curry's still there. I'm impressed with that. I'm impressed with that racing. Kate McElroy, I mean, this is just unreal racing. From Kate McElroy. I mean, she did win Karapoti Classic. She has switched to cycling. She's racing for some national cycling teams. So I'm interested to see how she's going to go up this KOM because she's a bit lighter than the guys around her. And if she adds that feather, that's going to make a big difference. So let's see how this plays out. We're just about at the bottom of this downhill. A couple of super tucks being thrown in. We're going to round a sharp left-hand turn and then it's straight up into that KOM climb. Let's have a look what happens. I'm excited. Let's see. Big group here. Here they go, hitting the climb, getting out of the saddle. Who's kicking up first? Liam Ward, it looks like. I saw some orange numbers being dropped. Let's head up to the front of the field. Here we go. We've got an attack off the front. S. Jones from America. Straight on that wheel, though, is Ollie Jones. Like I said, he knows how to race Zwift. This hill, it kicks up. It kicks up about 7-8%. Then they go round through a little roundabout, evens down, and then it goes up, straight up again into another 7%. So, Sarah Sinclair, what the feathers are the gaming element of Zwift. It's a power-up. If you see a little green feather pop up above someone's head, it's reduced their weight by 9 kg. So you can imagine in real life, if your weight has reduced by 9 kg, you can go up those hills like nothing on earth. So that's what we're going to see into this last part. They make you lighter, Sarah, so pretty much faster, but only on hills. So you only use the feathers on the hills. Ollie Jones dropping 6 watts a kg here. There still is that breaker out the front. They don't seem to be worried. The pack seem to just be reeling them in. Like I said, they're evening up here. They're going through that little slow bit, the little flat bit, and then here we go. Kicks back up to 7 watts a kg. Ollie Jones has kicked again, right up into 7. S. Lindsay straight behind on 9 watts a kg. Braden Curry up there around 6. These guys are all in the top 5. They're right at the front of the pack. That's right where they want to be. We're watching Ollie Jones here. They're pulling up that other rider. Looks like that pack's going to catch up. It is splintering. It is splintering. Ryan Sissons, 2 seconds down. Braden Curry, 2 seconds down. They need to get on the wheels of Ollie Jones. They need to get on. There has been a break in the pack. 3 seconds, 4 seconds. These guys need to get on the wheels. Otherwise, they're not going to catch back on. It's getting up to 6 seconds. This is a massive attack here. Ryan Sissons, Liam Ward, 6 seconds back. They need to get on. Braden Curry, 7 seconds back now. They need to pull up on this downhill. They need to just breathe through their eyeballs, go, 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 and get on the wheels of Ollie Jones. Otherwise, they have missed this, and it'll be a race between these 3 at the front. They're at 11 seconds back now. This is not looking good. Ollie Jones, like I've said before, is a massive Zwift racer. He knows how to race on Zwift. So it is a dangerous breakaway here. S. Lindsay, Ollie Jones, this is danger time. These guys need to work as a pack behind and start taking some turns and start pulling up. They're now 10 seconds back. I see Braden Curry is leading that chase pack. They're reeling them in. They're 8 seconds now. Come on, guys. Come on, the triathletes. Get in there. 7 seconds back. They are catching up. They are catching up. Braden is dropping 6.77 watts a kg to get on. He's dragging up Ryan Sissons, Liam Ward, Lawson. Come on, guys. You can do it. 4 seconds. Great job, guys. Looks like they may catch on here. That effort has not been able to stay away. That is awesome work by this chase pack. 3 seconds back. It looks like they're going to get on. Yeah, they're dropping 8 watts a kg. They are sprinting up to get back on. And there we go. They've made it back on. So we've got an elite select pack here. Like I said, you can see in that top right-hand corner, the little red dots are the riders on screen. So this race has broken into 2, although it looks like even that other chase pack has catched on. So, wow, these guys, I mean, if they'd got that break over the hill, they really should have kept that going, but it looked like they'd maybe just burnt all their matches having that breakaway. And this big pack has come together now. So we're going to be looking at a pack of about 20 leading into that final sprint. Hayden Ralston has caught back on. It actually looks like that second chase pack that had Hayden Ralston and Taylor Reid and Kate McElroy, it looks like they actually might get on. Good job. Aaron Royal in there as well. So obviously they put in a big effort over that climb and they've managed, they're just 2 seconds back. They really need to push it and get onto that group because they might just get dropped again here. This front pack has realized that that other chase pack has caught back on and they are now pushing pace to try and drop them again. So let's keep following this main pack here. Braden Curry has made that main group. It actually looks like he's done a little attack off the front. Yep, Braden Curry is off the front here. He is in that red jersey with the black stripes. So keep an eye on him. So he's in that red jersey. Look like Ryan Sissons is in that yellow jersey. So let's keep an eye on how these guys go. So it looks like Hayden Ralston's made that main pack. It is a group of about 18 that I can see. And it is going to come down to a sprint finish. So let's see what happens with the sprint finish. If people have an aero power up, that's a little image of an aero helmet. There's Braden Curry off the front again. He is pushing pace. He's maybe taking a bit of a lead from Lionel Sanders, who raced earlier in the week on Zwift and beat a whole bunch of cyclists with a TT effort at the end. Now feel free to put through your picks onto the Facebook Live post. Let's see who you all think is going to win. I'm not sure yet. It's hard to tell. We've got a few cyclists who we know can put in big sprint finishes. But then we've also got these Ironman athletes who this race of attrition with all these hills could have a lot more left in the legs. Oh, it's going to be hard to know. It's going to be exciting. Just going to flick over to the bees really quickly. We've got a little way to go before they finish that race. The bees has totally blown apart. Looks like James Dowson, H. Gibson and B. Wild in that lead pack for the bees. And then there is a chase pack of M. Hannon, S. Roberts. Yeah, that race has absolutely blown apart. Oh, there's D. Walsh from O'Hagan Sport. We'll keep an eye on that, but let's go back to this main A category race. They are coming into the finish line straight. So they're going to go up a little uphill. Round this corner, it's going to kick up a little bit. Okay, we've got an attack off the front. We're following Braden Curry. Looks like Ryan Sissons has put in, or Braden Curry is dropping almost 10 watts a kg here. He is up out of the saddle. He is up out of the saddle. He's pushing over this hill. This is where he's putting in his attack. It's up to 10% gradient here. He is pushing it. Look at those orange numbers. Oh, he's been caught. Someone's got an aero power up. Oh, someone's got an aero, so they've passed him. He maybe went slightly too early. Now, here are some cyclists coming through. They are sprinting towards the end. Lindsay and Jones and Lawson up here with a little break in the pack with our triathletes in it who have now dropped off the pace. These guys are dropping those aero power-ups. They're sprinting through to the line. Looks like Ollie Jones may take this race. Ollie Jones pushing 11, 12 watts a kg. He has blown away for a clear victory in the second race of this Tri New Zealand Saturday Zwift League. Looks like in the battle of the triathletes, Liam Ward might have won that to Ryan Sissons, and it looks like Braden Curry burned a few 2 matches early and then blew up a little bit close to the line. It looked like he might have come in third or fourth triathlete. I'll put the results up later today. That has been quite the race. Let's drop back and see who is still racing. Aaron Royal just came through that line there with Taylor Reid and Kate McElroy. Let's drop back. Here's Sola Kawasaki. Like I said, he's had a great race today. He really stuck with that main group for a very long time until it fractured up that second time up the climb. So that was very impressive. Around 140 racing in Zwift League today. And here's this big chase pack. So this is the pack that got dropped a bit. So it looks like we've got Simon Cochran, Trent Thorpe. I think I saw Ella Harris in that pack. So let's watch these guys come through to the finish. See how they go. Are they going to put in a sprint or are they absolutely smoked? Let's have a look. They're not too far away from the finish line. They're just rounding that right-hand turn up into that steep uphill finish. I mean, this is a hard uphill sprint finish. There we go. Looks like Ferrigo has put in an attack. Ella Harris has dropping those watt bombs. Trent Thorpe went orange there for a sec. Simon is just dropping off back there. Let's go up to the front. Ella Harris in with this group here. Looks like she might put in a late attack. Trent Thorpe, there he goes. He is attacking off the front. Looks like a Ben Phillips there too. We've got Bidwell, Poynton. Looks like Poynton is going to win the race of this chase pack. And coming through, Trent Thorpe and Bidwell and Ferrigo here in that race for the chase group. That is a chase group of about 25 to 30, so massive group there. And there we go. Let's have a look if we'll go back field. See if we can't find some of our other elite. Oh, there's Sam Clark here. So it looks like he fell off the pace a bit and maybe just cruising on into the, oh, not cruising, he's racing at 420 watts, so definitely not cruising. So they've gone back a little bit. Let's have a look. Oh, there's Tommy Zafiris. So he's in one of these other splintered groups on the road with Quentin Fogarty, Mark Bosted, F. Murphy, Gardner, and Sam Clark here. So Sam Clark's just crossed the finish line. Nice work, Sam Clark. Hopefully see you next week. And we'll follow this group here. So this has got Tommy Zafiris, Quentin Fogarty from O'Hagan Sport, Brackenbury, McLeod, Hendricks. Yeah, those watts, Tanya, are pretty crazy. And thanks, Graham. Yeah, well done, Braden. He put in that early attack. I mean, I think that's what he had to do. He had to put in an early attack, but there's some pretty heavy-hitting cyclists who just know how to drop those 12, 13, 14 watts a kg and using the power up. So they just know the gaming part of it, and it's pretty hard to beat them. So I might just... these guys are just coming through into this last part. We're following Tommy Zafiris with Quentin Fogarty, one of our top age group Ironman athletes. Shout out to his family, Bex and Archer and Ivy. Archer just had his 3rd birthday during the week in isolation, so happy birthday to Archer. And there they go. We'll just watch these guys maybe finish, but I'm just keeping an eye on the bees, who look like that lead group of the bees may actually be coming through to a finish. So I might just go back and watch that. Oh, there was Rebecca Clark and Andrea Hewitt. So these two are riding together. That's an interesting one. I might actually just stick with this because I'm intrigued to see if this is going to be a sprint finish between our short course elite and our long course elite. And just see how those guys finish. Looks like Rob Dellymore has just broken away from them. Rob Dellymore is actually Bex's coach. So she might have had a little bit of a nice group there for a while with Craig Kirkwood and Rob Dellymore, but these two have just dropped off. So we'll see how they finish. So we're just going back to the bees. I just want to see, looks like they may have come through that finish, and it may have been Doust who came through, James Doust, and took through that win again in the category Bs. So let's follow Andrea Hewitt and Rebecca Clark as they come through to finish this A category race. Well, the Battle of the Coaches. There's so much to watch. Battle of the Coaches. We've got Craig Kirkwood and Rob Dellymore here. They're in a bunch together. These guys are riding around 250 watts. That's not easy. If you get on your bike and you try and ride 250 watts at the end of almost a 45-minute ride, is not an easy thing to do. So these guys, I'd have to say, are playing a few games, getting to the finish line. I'll jump up and see. That's Craig Kirkwood. He's on his own, so not ideal. Looks like he's dropped off Rob Dellymore, who is in this group here. There's a few Kiwis here. Hollenby, Bilton, Ross. Okay, let's follow this pack finish. They're about to finish. Coming up this big 8, 9, 10% grade. Wow, Rob Dellymore's avatar looks very similar to what Rob Dellymore looks like in real life. He's in that blue kit. He is using that aero power up. He's got to put in the sprint. If he's using that aero power up, he needs to get above 6 watts a kg. He needs to really be starting to drop that 9, 10 watts a kg. Otherwise, he's going to drop off. Got another aero power up here. Here we go. He needs to push. Maybe he's just really burned a few matches. Here, M. Whittle has put in a bit of an attack. He might just be settling in here. Settling in and then going. 7 watts a kg. They're going to be attacking from behind. He needs to get out of the saddle and sprint. Here we go. 7, 6. He may get past here on the line by M. Whittle behind him. Let's have a look. Oh, he actually managed to hold off those sprinters. Nice work, Rob. So let's head back down the field. There's Sophie Corbridge. Whoa, she was in that more lead pack. She had a sprint there till the end. I'm going to drop back now. I'm interested to see what's going to happen if I can find it. Looks like a few of them have finished now. Let's drop back here. Looks like we've dropped into a... There we go. That's better. Andrea Hewitt. Here we go. Coming to the finish line. Oh, sorry. Zwift is flicking through. That was Andrea who just finished. So I might just try and get back through the field. I'm going to go right back so we can see some of our other riders finish. There we go. Watching the Kiwi triathlete here. This is a B group pack. Looks like Sam Bradley's in here, so this will be a good one to watch. So Sam Bradley, they're coming around into this finish line. She's sitting in the pack. Looks like she may be in the 2nd or 3rd pack of Bs on the road. And there we go, that B pack. Julia Grant, one of our elite long course athletes. I saw her just racing at Challenge Wanaka earlier this year with Grant Buckingham, a North Harbour athlete. Ekin Bruce, another ex-elite rower, also racing for North Harbour, and Cole Burmester, Tauranga Triathlon Club. Great to see him out here representing. Let's just flip back now and see who we can see still out on race course. Maybe give some shout outs. Elliot Harvey, he's another ex-elite rower. And Emily McNaughton, she is our top age group course record holder at Topor 70.3. And she's riding along with Ainsley Thorpe. So this has been an interesting play out in Category B. There are, like I said, there's over 500 registrations in this race. So there are nice little sort of internal rivalries going on. It's good to see here a short course athlete, Ainsley Thorpe, one of our more junior athletes building up the ranks, racing against Emily McNaughton, one of our very top female age groupers. So this has been what would have been a very interesting race here. Not sure why they're dropping these power-ups on a downhill. That is not a time to drop a feather power-up. They really should have saved that till this big uphill here. But that's part of Zwifting, you learn that. Emily, we'll have to chat about that later. And here we go, up to this 10% grade. Let's have a look at how this goes between Ainsley Thorpe and one of our top age group long course athletes, Emily McNaughton. Here we go, they're in this last climb. It does flatten out just towards the finish line. Emily is here in this white kit with her chapter bike. I know she likes her new Zwift bike. She wishes she could have it in real life. We do a bit of riding together on Zwift. Ainsley is nicely just sitting in the pack here. Now, being an ITU athlete, she might have more of a kick. See, Emily leading the pack here. It's not a good time to do that right before a sprint. You want to sit in, and then just get out of the saddle, push those watts and unleash. Here we go, close to the finish line. She may have actually pulled away though, so good work that she has used her TTing prowess. She's pushing 5.2 watts a kg. She has pulled away from Ainsley Thorpe to take that Cat B little internal battle. Abby Natras here, another lightweight elite rower. So like I said, we've got a lot of cross codes here, a lot of rowers coming in who have now got an Innis triathlon. Perfect use of a power up here. Perfect use of these feathers coming in for these Cat Bs. We've got Coleman, Podofsky, Clifton, Manchester, Bremner, Howard. These guys are all coming in to finish this Cat B race. So like the Cat A's, it looks like that Cat B group has absolutely splintered into a ton of different ones. This is where this racing is quite interesting. We're going to alternate each week, hills and flats. Next week, I'll release it during the week, but it will be another flat course that is a bit more similar to a criterion type course, but it won't be a crit course, a bit longer. We're following here Stephen Hurdley. So Stephen Hurdley actually rides with my husband and the Gravello crew, a bunch of guys who like racing their gravel bikes. He actually holds... he won, I think, last year the Brecker race with his partner Matt Early, so he can definitely swim and run, but it looks like he's just dropped off and he's in a bit of no man's land here in Category B. Going back through the field into this Category B. I mean, there are about 200 entered in Category B today, so it's been a massive race. We have got a C Brown. I did look earlier. It is not Cameron Brown, unfortunately. It is a younger C Brown. Looks like Martina Fellman here. Used to do some high performance racing in New Zealand. And it looks like this is just splintered into riders of 1s and 2s in this B category. So like the A category, really, really must have been pretty hot and heavy on those hills. Yeah, it's just riders all splintered up, all 1-1-1s. See if I can start seeing some of the C's actually coming through. Just need to wait for those B's to finish. The C's might be a little bit further back. They started about 2 or 3 minutes after the A's. And it depends how their riding's gone. If they've been able to get in a front pack, then they will be able to do a faster race. But if you're on your own like this, it is a bit demotivating and it's a bit tricky to keep those watts high. So bit of a hint for next week, make sure you get in those front packs. There we go. So it has been a very exciting race today. So it looks like in the Battle of the Females, it was, I think, Kate McElroy who may have taken it out over Ella Harris. I'd have to go back and look at the results. It looks like our triathletes it was between Rebecca Clark and Andrea Hewitt. And we'll have to go back and look at those results to see who took it out amongst those two. It has been some crazy racing in this lead group. And now we're just looking at some of the remnants of the B's finish, and hopefully I can flick back through and see some C's at some point. Wow, this is really, really just... everyone is just on their own. I mean, that just indicates to me this race, you know, I liked setting the courses. I liked setting what races we're going to be doing. So it's... this was a hard race. Sorry, guys. But yeah, I think it worked well with our triathletes, though. You know, they a lot of them were representing in that front pack. But you can see here in the back of these sort of B's and C's, it's a really, really tough race. So just looking at Martina Fellman here, I mean, she's still hitting up into those high 230s up to 250 and 260 watts. So, I mean, it's splintered up, but these guys are riding so hard. So congrats to everyone out racing today. I'll see if I can quickly find some C's, otherwise we might end the commentary there. Sorry again for the poor sound quality at the start. I'm not sure what had happened there, but we'll make sure next week that it fixes itself. And if there's anyone out there with some IT sound specialties, you know, shoot me a message. Here we go. C Brown is just finishing in this B category. I mean, last week I think we had around 350 racing, and this week over 500. It's oh, I can see some C's actually. There we go. Getting onto some C's now. So we'll just follow these guys for a little bit, see if we can. There's Sam Bradley coming through. So I think I thought she was in the B's, but here she is in the C's. She is in a group about to come through into this final sprint stage. These guys are rounding this bend. Just see what kit Sam's in. It looks like she's in that grey kit there at the front. She's leading on the pink bike, the orange socks. If you are racing, try and get some good kit on so I can call who it is easier. The orange jerseys are a bit of a default. Looks like someone's sprinting off the front here. Sam has just dropped back. She's on a really nice looking bike with that pink detailing. She's pulling up here up to 250 watts a kg. It's kicked up to 8%. I can just see Deirdre Lack had finished just ahead now. So Deirdre Lack has had a great race in Category C to be up there. Here we go. Sam Bradley with M Coffee, T Millen. This is a nice little group of 4. Similar to how they finished last week, actually. I'm not sure who was in that group with them last week. Sam is playing it well, sitting just in here off the back. Getting a good draft. They are starting to pull ahead though. She needs to pull those watts up. Getting close to that finish line. Has she dropped off, or is she just saving it till the end? Let's have a look. Just coming up. Looks like she's pulled ahead there of M Coffee. We've got a K Miller coming up as well. So there is a pack chasing them. They better get a move on. They're coming up close. We've got Branbury, Miller, Peterson, Carrican. And there we go. Sam just came ahead. She might just get caught here on the line. Looks like she's stayed away. Let's head back here. Got a nice group of C's today. I think there was around 150 in C. K Miller's just finished. Let's have a look, eh? Dan Plaisted on his own in this Category C group. Holly Fletcher, a very, very high level elite rower. She again is on her own. I'm interested to see how all these people have ended up on their own. Steve Kovacic is there, Crabtree, White, Iron Hobbits New Zealand, great supporter of Try and Z and what we're trying to do here with this virtual race league. Great to see him out here racing. And Alexa Westphal, she races for North Harbour Tri Club. So it's a good race from her actually today. I think she's had a pretty decent one out there. We'll go back through the C, see if we can see some people to shout out. Johnson, McCarthy. This looks like a race of attrition. These guys are just making it through to get to the finish line. It is, I mean, trust me, I raced this race earlier in the week. It is hard. I felt extremely sick afterwards, and it's taken me about 4 days to recover. So this is a very brutal course. If you want to go give it a try, go ride around. It's a beautiful course to ride on. Just racing on it's, you know, a bit of type 2 fun. David Bedgood here. He's just coming through on his own to finish. P. Cribb. A. White. So this C race, I'm barely seeing any groups together actually. There was a little group there with Sam Bradley, but not much more than that. Craig Kirkwood, yeah, that did look like it was really hard. Thank you for going up to the A category. We're actually going to split the results in the A to an elite division because we have been pretty impressed by how many of elite racers have turned up to race. So we'll split A into an elite division, and then we'll have our male and female athletes in the A category. We'll see if I can get through some Ds, and then we'll sign off for today. I think it's just split up massively. Some of these people are 20 minutes behind. So it has been quite the race in the other parts of the field here. Impressive work, everyone. Hard race. Get that recovery in. Do a bit of training during the week, getting ready for those sprints for next weekend. I think we might sign off there. Great job, everyone. Thanks heaps for watching. We'll catch you next week.